Hello everyone, welcome to this video lecture on queuing theory part 1. In this video lecture, we are going to have an introduction about queuing theory and in detail about single server model. First we have an introduction about queuing theory. A significant amount of time is spent in waiting lines by people, products, machines, etc. Providing quick service is an important aspect of quality customer service. The basis of waiting line analysis is the trade-off between the cost of improving service and the cost associated with making customers wait. This queuing analysis is a probabilistic form of analysis and the results are referred to as operating characteristics. And these results are used by managers of queuing operations to make the better decisions. Next comes history of queuing theory. The theory of queuing systems was developed to provide models for forecasting behaviors of systems subject to random demand. In 1909, Erlang, a Danish telecommunication engineer, started applying these principles of queuing theory in the area of telecommunications. Actually, he addressed the problem concerned with congestion of telephonic traffic. Then he observed that a telephone system can be modeled by using Poisson customer arrivals and exponentially distributed service times. The other researchers also followed the same thing, and they believed that this Poisson customer arrivals and exponentially distributed service times are very well used for all types of queuing system with random demand. Next comes definition of a queuing system. Here the customer will arrive to the serving facility by forming queues, and some customers may depart from the queue because of impatience, and other customers will get the service, and after getting the service the customers will leave the system. Right, this is actually called as departure of served customers. And if you just come to the definition part, the queuing system can be described as customers arrive for a given service, wait if the service cannot start immediately, and leave after being served. This is actually the definition of queuing system. And here the term customer means it may be a men, products, or a machine, or whatever may be the system which is in queue. Next comes the major constraints of a queuing system. This is actually called as constraints of queuing system. Customers will arrive to get the service and they will form a queue like this, and this is actually called as queue or waiting line, and there will be a service facility. This service facility may have one or more servers. Here this is one server, this is second server, and this is up to C number of servers we may have. This is actually called as service channels, and after getting the service the customers will leave. And here the system means it includes the queue and the service facility. These are the definitions of the important terminologies. Customer, the arriving unit that requires some service to be performed, is actually called as customer. Next is queue, the number of customers waiting to be served, and the queue does not include the customers being served. This another name is waiting line. Next is service channel, the process or facility which is performing the services to the customer. This is actually called as service channel. This may be a single service channel or it may be a multi-service channel. Next comes the elements of a queuing system. This is actually very important, and we have 7 such elements. First element is actually arrival distribution, how the customer is arriving into the system. Next is service time distribution, how the service is going on. Next is number of servers or number of service channels. Next is service discipline. Next is maximum number of customers allowed inside the system. Next, customer population or calling source. Next is customer's behavior. These 7 things are actually called as elements of a queuing system. We'll discuss everything in detail one by one. The elements of a queuing system is also known as structure of a queuing system. And the first element of a queuing system is actually arrival distribution. It represents the pattern in which the number of customers arrive at the service facility. Arrivals may also be represented by the inter-arrival time, which is the period between two successive arrivals, right? The rate at which customers arrive to be served, that is number of customers arriving per unit of time, is actually called as arrival rate. When arrivals are random, we have to know the probability distribution describing the arrivals, specifically the time between arrivals. So, the management scientists have found that random arrivals are often best described by Poisson distribution. So, we are also following the same thing. Whenever there is an arrival distribution, we will be following only Poisson distribution in most of the times, which will represent the random arrival, and the mean arrival rate is represented by lambda. So, this is about arrival distribution. Next element or a structure of a queuing system is service distribution. It represents the pattern in which the number of customers leave the service facility. Departures may also be represented by the service or inter-departure time, which is the time period between two successive services. If service times are randomly distributed, we have to find out the probability distribution best describes their behavior. And in many cases where service times are random, management scientists have found that they are best described by the exponential distribution. So, we are using in most of the cases we are using exponential distribution for service distribution, and the mean service rate is actually represented by mu. And next important element is service channel. The queuing system may have a single service channel or multi-service channel. Example for a single service channel is arriving customers may form one line and get service as in a doctor's clinic. That is an example for single service system. And we may have so many parallel service channels also, that is actually called as multi-service model. Example can be several customers may be served simultaneously as in the railway ticket counter. That is actually the example for multi-service channel. Next important element is service discipline. Here, service discipline or order of service is the rule by which customers are selected from the queue for service, and the most common disciplines are FCFS, that is first come first served. We may also call it as FIFO, first in first out, or last in first served. It should be LCFS, sorry, or last in first out, or it may be SIRO, that is service in random order, or it may be priority, right? Here for example, if it is a FIFO or FCFS, cinema ticket windows, railway stations, banks, these are all the places where the service will be according to which the customers are serviced in the order of their arrival, right? And last come first served, that is LCFS or LIFO, where in the big gudons the items arriving last are taken out first, that is last come first served. And in priority means whenever there is an emergency cases in a hospital, priority will be given to the particular patients, that is actually called as priority basis. SIRO means service in random order. Next is maximum number of customers allowed inside the system, that is maximum number of customers in the systems may be finite or infinite. In some facilities, only a limited number of customers are allowed inside the system. For example, number of seats in an IIT or limited. That is actually called as finite capacity model. So the admission will be done only up to the number of seats available. Others are actually called as infinite. Next one is calling source of population. The arrival pattern of the customers depend on the source which generates them, right? If there is only a particular set of customers are allowed inside the system is actually called as finite system. That is, if there is an college library, the particular students who is studying inside that particular college only will be allowed inside the particular library. That is actually a finite population model. Infinite means if there is a cinema hall inside a city, any person from other city also can come and watch the movie. That is actually infinite calling source, right? That is the difference between finite and infinite calling source or population. Next comes customers behavior. Here we have actually three different types of customer behavior. This customer behavior is also very important in the study of queuing systems. Here balked customers means if a customer decides not to enter the queue since it is too long, they are called as balked customers. And if a customer enters the queue but after some time loses his patience and leave the system, that is actually that customer is actually called as reneged customers. Next comes jockeying. When there are two or more parallel queues and the customer move from one queue to another queue, the particular customer is said to be jockeying. So these are all the important elements of a queuing system or a structure of a queuing system. Next comes characteristics of Poisson distribution. That is, we are going to use arrival pattern as Poisson distribution. There are two important characteristics of Poisson distribution. We will see that. Probability of n arrivals in time t is actually, the formula is given here. So if you want to find out the probability of n arrivals in particular time, 15 minutes or 30 minutes, you have to use this formula to find out the number of arrivals in the particular time. That is lambda t whole power n into e power minus lambda t divided by n factorial, where n is equal to 0 to 0, 1, 2 and so on. Whatever may be the given data, you have to substitute and find out. Here lambda is arrival rate, t is a given time. Next is the probability density function of inter-arrival time, that is time between two consecutive arrivals, is given by lambda into e power minus lambda t. These are the two important characteristics of Poisson distribution. Next is operating characteristics of a queuing system. So analysis of queuing system involves a study of its different operating characteristics. These are all some of the important characteristics, that is output of the queuing system, right? First is queue length or LQ, which is the average number of customers in the queue waiting to get service. This excludes the customers being served. Second one is system length, the average number of customers in the system, which includes those waiting as well as those being served, right? And waiting time in the queue, that is WQ, that is average time for which a customer has to wait in queue to get service. Next is total time in the system, that is WS, the average total time spent by a customer in the system from the moment he arrives till he leaves the system. It is taken to be the waiting time plus the service time, right? Next important characteristics is utilization factor rho or traffic. The other name is actually traffic intensity. It is a proportion of time a server actually spends with the customer. These are all the important operating characteristics of queuing system. Next comes the classification of queuing system. Actually, we are going to classify the queuing system according to Kendall's notation, who formed and introduced this useful notation for queuing models. This is actually the Kendall's notation, that is A, B, C, D, E, F. Here A represents arrival or inter-arrival distribution, and that arrival and inter-arrival distribution may be M, E, K, G, I and D. That is, M means Markovian arrival, that is Markovian arrival means it represents the Poisson distribution arrival time, and EK means Erlangian or gamma inter-arrival or service time distribution with a parameter K, and GI means general independent arrival distribution, and D means deterministic inter-arrival times. And in this video lecture we are going to use only M, that is Poisson inter-arrival time, that is Markovian arrival time. Next, B is actually departure or service time distribution. Here also we have different distribution functions, that is M is Markovian. Here Markovian service time means it represents exponential service time. Here Markovian arrival time means it represents Poisson arrival. Here it represents exponential distribution service time. EK means Erlangian or gamma inter-arrival, gamma service time with parameter K, and G means general independent distribution, general departure distribution. D means deterministic service time. And in this video lecture we are going to use three models of Poisson exponential distribution service time and one model of deterministic service time, that is constant service time. Next, C represents number of parallel service channels, that is it may be one or multi. One means one means a single server, C means multi-server. Next is service discipline, that is it may represent FIFO, LIFO, SIRO, GD, general distribution. Here we are going to use only FIFO, that is first in first out. It may also called as first come first served, FC, FS also. E represents maximum number of customers allowed inside the system, that is capacity of the model. It may be finite or infinite. F is calling source or population. It also may be finite or infinite, right? And in this video lecture we are going to restrict ourselves with infinite population. So based on this Kendall's notation of queuing models, we will classify the queuing models into four different categories. Model 1, MM1, FIFO, infinite, that is Markovian arrival time, that is Poisson distribution, Markovian service distribution, that is exponential distribution, Poisson arrival, exponential service time with single server model with a queue discipline of FIFO, first in first out, infinite capacity model and infinite calling source or population model. Model 2 is Poisson arrival, deterministic service time or constant service time with single server, FIFO, finite capacity, finite population model. Model 3, this is actually model 3, that is Poisson arrival, exponential distribution, single server, FIFO, finite capacity model with infinite population. Next is model 4, this is model 4, Poisson arrival, exponential distribution, multi-server model with FIFO, infinite capacity and infinite calling source or population model. So these are all the four queuing models what we are going to discuss in the forthcoming videos. First model we are going to discuss now. Single server model with FIFO, finite capacity, infinite capacity, infinite population with Poisson arrival, exponential service time. Here there are some assumptions. First is here we are going to assume it as infinite calling population, first come first served queue discipline, Poisson arrival rate and exponential service time. This would be very clear for us. Symbols what we are going to use is lambda, that is for arrival rate we are going to use lambda, that is average number of arrivals per time period. Next is mu, which is the service rate, that is average number of persons or customers served per time period. And always the arrival rate is less than the service rate, that is lambda should be less than mu, or then only there will be an infinite large queue built up. So we are going to assume this also, lambda is always less than mu. With these assumptions and symbols, we will see an law which we are going to use it in that model, that is Little's law. This is L is equal to lambda into W, where L is average number of items in the queuing system or average number of customers in the queuing system. If you want to find out the average number of customers in the queuing system, if you just multiply lambda with W, that is lambda means we know that arrival rate, that is average number of customers arriving at the system per unit time, that is lambda, that is arrival rate. If you just multiply it with average waiting time a customer spends in the queuing system. So if you want to find out the length of the queuing system, we have to multiply the arrival rate with the average waiting time in queue. That is the law, that is Little's law. So by using the Poisson's Poisson distribution characteristics and Little law and all these things, we have just formulated so many formula which we are going to use for the single server model. First one is probability that no customers are in the queuing system, or probability of an empty or idle system. That can be denoted by the letter P naught, which is actually is equal to 1 minus lambda by mu. That is lambda by mu is probability that the particular system is busy. If it is empty or idle means 1 minus lambda by mu will give you P naught. Next is probability that there are n customers in the system, that is P suffix n, which is actually calculated by lambda by mu whole power n into P naught. P naught we can calculate it by using this formula. Next is average number of customers in the system or expected number of customers in the system, that can be denoted by LS, which is equal to lambda by mu minus lambda. Lambda is arrival rate, mu is service rate. Next is average or expected number of customers in the queue. System means queue plus service time. Queue means only queue without any service time. So it can be represented by LQ, which is actually calculated by using this formula LS minus lambda by mu. If you know this LS, we can easily calculate LQ. So LQ is, if you just substitute in this, you will be getting this formula, lambda squared by mu into mu minus lambda. So if you know this, obviously LS will be equal to LQ plus lambda mu. We can get it from this formula, right? So if you know LS value also, we can easily calculate LQ, and if you know LQ value also, we can easily calculate LS. Reverse is also possible. Next is average or expected number in non-empty queue. The other way is length of queue that is formed from time to time, which is actually represented by Ln, L suffix n, which is equal to mu by mu minus lambda. Next is average time customers spend waiting in the queue, which is WQ. So if you know the formula value for LQ, WQ is LQ by lambda. This is actually this relationship is obtained from Little's law. So LQ is equal to lambda into WQ. That was the formula for Little's law. L is equal to lambda into W. If you just modify the same thing, you will be getting this. So if you just substitute the value of LQ here, you will be getting WQ is equal to lambda by mu into mu minus lambda. And average time customers spend in the system, that is waiting plus being served. In the system means waiting plus being served. Queue means only in the queue. So it is Ws, which is equal to Wq plus 1 by mu. If you know the value of Wq, if you just add it with 1 by mu, you will be getting Ws. So if you just substitute it, you will be getting Ws is equal to 1 by mu minus lambda. Next is average or expected waiting time of a customer in non-empty queue. That is average waiting time of a customer who has to actually wait. That is Wn, which is equal to 1 by mu minus lambda. And next is probability of queue length being greater than or equal to k is lambda by mu whole power k. Next is probability of queue length is being greater than k. This is greater than or equal to k, this is greater than k, which is probability of greater than k is equal to lambda by mu whole power k plus 1. Next is variance of the queue length, which is equal to lambda by mu divided by 1 minus lambda by mu whole square. Next is probability density function of waiting time distribution. This is only waiting time, that is queue time, which is equal to lambda by mu into mu minus lambda whole into e power minus mu minus lambda into t, where t is greater than 0, and if it is equal to 0, it will be lambda by mu into mu minus lambda. This is the probability density function of waiting time or queue time distribution. Next comes the probability density function of waiting plus service time distribution. So this is the same without lambda by mu. So it is mu minus lambda into e power minus mu minus lambda into t. So this includes service time also. And next is probability that a service channel is busy, or the traffic intensity or utilization factor, which is rho, which is equal to lambda by mu. So probability that the server is idle means busy is this much, idle means 1 minus this. So 1 minus lambda by mu is probability that server is idle. Next is probability that the queue is non-empty, which is P non-empty means there should be at least one customer. So P of n greater than 1, which is equal to lambda by mu whole square. So these are the formulae to be used for single server model. By using this, we will solve some more problems in the next video lecture. Before that, there are some gate questions to be solved by using these formula. In the gate, they will be asking questions only from the single server model. First question is, in a single channel queuing model, the customer arrival rate is 12 per hour and the service rate is 24 per hour. What is the expected time that a customer is in queue? In minutes you have to give. So we know the arrival rate, which is 12 per hour, it is directly given, lambda. Service rate is also directly given, 24 per hour, right? That is mu. Always we have to ensure that if the given unit is per hour or per time unit. If it is given in terms of time unit, we have to convert that into per hour or whatever may be the time unit, per minute, per second. So it should be converted in terms of per hour or per time unit. Here it is directly given per hour, so we can just directly take the value of arrival rate as 12 per hour and service rate of 24 per hour. By having this, expected time that a customer is in the queue. Expected time in the queue means WQ. So formula for WQ is LQ by lambda. For LQ, the formula is lambda squared by mu into mu minus lambda, or we can directly take the formula for WQ also. So by calculating all these things, after calculating LQ, you have to substitute this value into this value and we can calculate this, which is equal to 2 by 2.5. It is given in terms of hour. So if it is convert in terms of minutes, which has been asked here, it is 2.5 minutes. Otherwise, you can directly apply the formula for WQ also here if you know the formula in your memory, right? and the formula for WQ is what? It is lambda mu into 1 by mu minus lambda. If you know the formula directly also, you can just apply it and find out the answer. So this is the first question. Next is, in the notation A, B, C, D, E, F, for summarizing the characteristics of queuing situation, the letters B and D stands respectively for. What is B and D? B we know, yes, these are all the options given. B is service time distribution, D is queue discipline, FIFO, LIFO, something like that. So the answer is A, service time distribution and queue discipline. Next question is, the jobs arrive at a facility for service in a random manner. Random manner means Poisson distribution. So the probability distribution of number of arrivals of job in a fixed time. So random manner means probability distribution of arrival is Poisson, absolutely. So the answer is Poisson, answer B. Next is, jobs arrive at a facility at an average rate of 5 in an 8-hour shift. The arrival of the job follows Poisson distribution. The average service time of a job on the facility is 40 minutes. The service time follows exponential distribution. Everything is given. We have to find out the idle time at the facility per shift in hours. It is given in minutes. We have to find it in hours. So here average arrival rate, the options are also given. Okay. Average rate is actually lambda, which is given as 5 per 8-hour shift. Alright, 5 per 8-hour shift. Always lambda and mu should be in the same unit. We have to consider that. We have to take utmost consideration on that. So mu is given as 40 minutes. So it is not given in terms of per minutes. It is given as 40 minutes. Service time is given. Service rate is not given. So you have to find out the service rate. So service time is 40 minutes means per minute we will be serving the customer 1 by 40 customers per minute we can serve, right? It is 40 minutes, so per minute it will be 1 by 40. If you just convert it into per hour, it should be multiplied by 60, so 60 by 40 per hour, right? And per 8 hour means it should be multiplied by 8. So if you simplify this, it will be 3 by 2 into 8 per 8-hour shift. So it will be, just if you simplify it, it is 12 per 8-hour shift. So these unit for arrival rate and service rate, the unit should be same. Here it is 5 per 8-hour shift, here 12 per 8-hour shift. After converting the same unit, we have to find out the idle time. So proportion of time the facility is idle is 1 minus lambda by mu. We know the value of lambda and mu. So it will be 7 by 12. So it is proportion of time, but we should know the actual time. So per 8-hour shift, so we have to multiply it with 8. This is proportion of time. It should be multiplied with 8 to find out the idle time in hour at the facility per shift. So it is 14 by 3. So the answer is B, 14 by 3. So this is how we have to calculate. Next one. At a workstation, 5 jobs arrive every minute. The mean time spent on each job in the workstation is 1 by 8 minutes. The mean steady state number of jobs in the system. Mean steady state number of jobs in the system. That is LS they are asking. So lambda is given as 5 jobs every minute. So 5 jobs per minute. And mu is not given, service time is given. That is service rate is not given, service time is given. So we have to convert that into service rate. So 1 by 8 means per minute it is 8 per minute. 1 by 1 by 8. So it is 8 per minute, right? For a single job it requires 1 by 8 minutes. So for a minute, so 8 jobs can be processed. That is the meaning, right? So after finding out lambda and mu 5 per minute and 8 per minute, LS formula we should know, that is lambda by mu minus lambda is the formula for LS. So if we just convert all this in, it is 1.67 jobs. So answer is 1.67. Next is, customers arrive at a ticket counter at a rate of 50 per hour and tickets are issued in the order of their arrival, that is FIFO. The average time taken for issuing a ticket is 1 minute. So service time is given, we have to convert it into service rate. Assuming that customer arrival form a Poisson process and service time are exponential distributed, the average waiting time in queue in minutes, right? Average waiting time in queue means WQ we have to find out. So lambda is, the options are given, lambda is 50 per hour. So if it 50 per hour, and here it is 1 per minute. So it is 1 per minute means it is actually 50 per hour, not by 60, right? 50 per hour. So here it is the time is given, that is 1 minute. Per minute is 1 by 1, which is again 1 per minute. If you just convert that into hour, 1 into 60, so it is 60 per hour. Here it is 50 per hour and here it is 60 per hour. So if you just apply that into the formula WQ, that is LQ by lambda, and we know the formula for LQ, and here it is lambda square, so 50 into 50 divided by mu is 60 into 60 minus 50. So the value is 25 by 6 for LQ. If you just substitute that into here, it is 25 by 6 into 1 by lambda, that is 1 by 50 hour. So if you just simplify it, it is 1 by 12 per hour, 1 by 12 hour. So if you just convert that into minute, it will be it should be multiplied by 60. So 60 by 12 is 5 minutes. So the answer is 5 minutes. Next is Little's law is relationship between, the options are given, stock level and lead time, waiting time and length of the queue, number of machines and job due dates in scheduling, uncertainty in activity time, project completion time. So obviously the answer is waiting time and length of the queue in a queuing system. We know the Little law is L is equal to lambda into W. Length is equal to arrival rate into waiting time. So option is B. Next is, in an MM1 queuing system, single server, number of arrivals in an interval of length t is a Poisson random variable. That is, the probability of there are n arrivals in an inter-arrival time t is given as e power minus lambda t into lambda t whole power n by n factorial. And the probability density function, if it is the probability of n arrivals in an inter-arrival time of this, the probability density function f of t of the inter-arrival time is what? So the options are given. We know that the probability density function is lambda into e power minus lambda t. Option C. And next is, cars arrive at a service station according to Poisson distribution with a mean rate of 5 per hour. The service time per car is exponential with a mean of 10 minutes. At steady state, average waiting time in queue, WQ they are asking, lambda is directly given, mu you have to find out. So lambda is 5 per hour, and options are given here. Lambda is 5 per hour and service time is given, we have to convert that into per hour basis. Mu is 10 minutes, so it is 1 by 10 per minute. If you just multiply it 60, so 60 by 10 per hour, so 6 per hour. We know the formula for WQ. So first we have to find out LQ. Then if you just substitute into WQ, you will be getting it as 50 minutes. So the answer is 50 minutes. Okay, this is how we have to calculate all the values of WQ. Thank you for the patience hearing. Thank you all.